Hi, it's Rob, the agent for change. How are you today? Today, I want to talk about opportunity and the power of now. Look, if you only had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it? Or would you just let it pass you by? Yo! His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mum's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm, ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking. How? Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Over. Blow! That's what it's like when you miss an opportunity. What will you do? Abe Maslow, the American psychologist, 20th century, says every moment we have an opportunity where we can step forward into growth or back into safety. The comfort of the safety zone, the safety of the comfort zone. That's where most people spend their lives. That's where I spent way too much time, missing too many opportunities. And every time that we step back to safety, back into our comfort zone, the gap between where we are and where we want to be, where we are and what we want gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time we step back into our comfort zone. But when we step out of our comfort zone into growth, then the more we do that, the narrower the gap is, the closer we get to from where we are to where we want to be. And the more we are prepared to step out, to step up, embrace uncertainty. Nobody knows what's going to happen every time an opportunity turns up. But if you're brave enough to go out there, the more you do it, the more you open yourself up to possibilities. Your opportunities they come fast all the time. And when you get used to taking them, your world just gets better and better. I'm trying to focus and I've got two dogs running up here that are trying to distract me. Go and play. It reminds me of all this talk about opportunity reminds me of a friend of mine. Coincidentally, it's called Rob. And he used to go out dancing all the time, having a great time, because that's what he loved to do, because he used to get this connection. That was the main thing in his life. And he said to me once, he said, all I ever wanted was a woman that loved me for who I am. He said, but I lost everything. I lost all my worldly possessions. I lost my house. I lost my money. And he said, every time an opportunity came up, I self-sabotage. And he said, I'm just so sick of it. My life's just getting smaller and smaller. And then, one night we went out and there were 8 ladies. They've just been on a ladies' dinner. And he went over, the band's playing his favourite song. So he goes over and he just puts his hand out like this and says randomly to anybody, would anybody like to dance? Nobody wanted to dance. Nobody wanted to dance. But they all nominated this lovely girl, a beautiful woman. And she didn't want to be in it either, but she tried to hang to a stool, but they pushed her out. And they started dancing. And gee whiz, we thought, hey, this is a bit of magic. They're dancing, the music's going. When the music stopped, it wasn't a case of, well, thank you very much, I'll see you later. No, they just stood on that floor all night because there was sparks flying. There was magic happening between them. And they got together. And Rob knew. He knew that if he was going to stand a chance with this woman, he had to man up. He had to become vulnerable and fiercely brave enough to put it all out there and tell her his situation. Or he knew that that opportunity would pass him by, and he knew he couldn't let that. So he decided then and there that this was his moment of truth. And he stepped up. He stepped out of that comfort zone. And he planted his flag and he said, you know, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. This is what I won't tolerate. And from that time on, he knew that he could depend on himself. He was such an inspiration. He knew that he could depend on himself. So his confidence just grew and grew and grew because he made that his new life. He knew he was never going to back down from his responsibility ever again. He knew he could count on himself. He found his power. He found it inside. And it was such an inspiration to see somebody turn their lives around because they believed in themselves, because they backed themselves, and because they went for what they wanted. And everywhere he went, he just exuded this confidence and enthusiasm and charisma, and he got his mojo back. Whew. He got his mojo back, and he was such an inspiration to people who are stuck in their comfort zone, with their world shrinking, nothing happening in their world. So, you better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss this chance to blow. Your opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. So, bridge the gap to new resources. Face your fears as you go and get the life you want. The power is now. Just do it. It's the Agent for Change saying thank you so much. Hope you got something out of that.